Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Foxy Home Staging TV. Let me just say, what a cracker of a day it is today. There is not even one cloud in the sky. But most of all, we'll be talking about ceiling fans today. Ceiling fans, as you can see, play a big part in the bedroom. They create a really overall good feel to the bedroom, create good colour.
Hello, and as Joe said, welcome back to Foxy TV or Foxy Home Staging TV. Joe is in isolation and obviously feeling a little bit left out. Joe, we wish you a speedy recovery, but please stop sending us videos. On with the show, and this episode will hit many different topics as we answer some Q&A, some questions from our followers. We'll be discussing the following topics. So how you can style your home to make it look like a professional job, insights into what the logistics team do to make their day run more smoothly, how we hang artwork and avoid damaging walls, and presenting to a group of realtors as a new home stager. What would you say? What stats would you run through? What would you present? Thanks to those of you who submitted questions. We won't get to all of those questions in this episode, but we will definitely touch on the rest of them in future episodes. First up, we are going to Forest Lakes to meet Sil for an install and to chat to Jake about what the logistics team do sort of behind the scenes to help their day run more smoothly. Can you tell us a little bit about this one?
Yeah, so 3 bedrooms, 2 living areas.
Yep.
So we've got a media room in here, don't mind all the bags. And then we have a formal living in here. Mm-hmm. Just to break it up, I mean, Kiwis don't always sell locations. So it's nice to walk into somewhere where you can have a nice sit down, make it look beautiful.
For an install, when we like this one, we have our stock list of furniture that's that we've brought here. Their job when we leave an install is to go through that list and make sure it's updated with anything that changed. So if we didn't need a bed head or they rejected something, it's our job to update that list, or if we've added anything, get that list right. That gets uploaded into our little project management kind of tool that we use, system, and then that'll end up in our database to track where our furniture is. They're also putting any comments. So for an install like this, we want to know when we come back in 4, 6, 8 weeks if there was any issues or particularly difficult things that we need to remember. So for this one, there wasn't. It was pretty easy. We did the sofa going in was a little bit tight, so that's the sort of thing that we'd put a comment and say exactly how we got it in the house, so when it's coming out, we know where to go. And yeah, for a pack up, we'll often have our lists, and some of the furniture from a pack up will go straight to an install, some will go back to the warehouse. So their job is to make sure they've written on the list and they know exactly what's what, and really knowing, so when we get there, they're kind of directing a little bit. And then I guess the other thing is just from a day-to-day kind of truck run point of view, so everyone knows where the guys are at, so the stylist can keep an eye and know where, if they've got the guys arriving at theirs at a certain time later in the afternoon, they'll keep an eye on that just to see how they're going. So the offsider will always update that to say, we're leaving one, we're on our way to the next 15 minutes or something like that.
Okay, next up we're going to hear from Phoebe to answer 3 questions. The first of which is how we hang our artwork and why we avoid 3M hooks at all costs.
So I'll link you through to a video that we have done on this topic before, but there are a couple of products that we do use. We've got basically, you've got your 3M hooks, you've got your little gold hooks that can take up to about 2.5 kilo of weight, and then you've got gyprock plugs with a screw which can take up to 5 kilos of weight. Each of those, we've also got masonry nails, that's the other one. So which one we use, it's dependent on the makeup of the wall upon which it is going in, and also the weight of the artwork. We avoid 3M hooks almost at every cost because in Queensland, I don't know if it's the same down south, but in Queensland in the humid weather when the houses are locked up, they fall down every time. And I can say that without any sort of hesitation. And they either damage the artwork, so the frames break or the canvas snaps or whatever, and most of the time they damage the property. So we get marks on the floor, marks on the wall. So we try to avoid the 3M hooks. People ask us for 3M hooks because they are worried. And I get it, you've just had your house painted. So that's generally why they're asking us. However, once a house sells, it's included as a fixture and fitting, so you don't need to do any more patchwork. And for us, I'm almost on that border where I would say don't go ahead with the styling if you don't get artwork up on the walls. It is an integral part of the styling. It draws the eye up, it combines everything together. You have blank walls, you don't have the icing on the cake. So this is really difficult because Realtors indicates to me that they're in America. So there are more stats available as far as the impact of home staging on a sales result. In Australia, there's very minimal. So you have to draw on your own experience, on your own stats. I think in the absence of your own stats, which you wouldn't really have if you're starting out, I think case studies are your best option. So you can put them side by side. You can say, this is what it's valued at, this is what it's sold at, this is what we're happy with, this was reserve price, this is what it sold at, this was the record that it set in the suburb, this was the previous. Like, you use all of that case study work more as a retrospective case study rather than a prospective one. And all of those realtors can definitely make their own decisions and opinions on it without you bending the truth. If you're going in to an agency meeting where you're pitching your work to a new group of agents and hoping they take you on board, absolutely run with it. Let them know that you are new. Let them know the points where you can shine, that you're eager and enthusiastic. Address the points where someone might bring you down. So the fact that you are new, the fact that you might not have a huge range of inventory, your pricing points, all those sorts of things. If you take them out straight away, nobody else can really bring you down about it. If you're presenting to a group of agents at a conference, which does happen in America, then I probably wouldn't even bring in the fact that you're new. You're there as the expert in the field, and kudos to you to get that invitation. That's awesome. And I would run with the stats and the case study and be proud of it. Use us as inspiration. Reach out. I can definitely tell you where everything's come from. We've got a furniture finder thing on our website. I know there have been some people who have used it. Honestly, it's something that we just do as an extra for you. It's not something we charge, so it's not something I can get to all the time. But we try to let you know where everything comes from. The issue is that if it comes from a wholesaler, you can't access it unless you've got an ABN. But some of the stuff we do is a little bit difficult to live with, and especially with kids. So you can't have it picture perfect ready, but even if you add a little bit of fluff, definitely add some layers. A rug goes a really long way, and most people don't have a rug. Floor lamp also. So that's what I would be adding.
That is it for this week's episode. If you would like any topics or questions answered in future episodes, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, enjoy your Easter long weekend, and we'll see you back here next week.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Foxy Home Staging TV. Let me just say, what a cracker of a day it is today. There is not even one cloud in the sky. But most of all, we'll be talking about ceiling fans today. Ceiling fans, as you can see, play a big part in the bedroom.